Hello everyone, this is Hindsight 2020, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my homemade first aid kit. This is a really good kit. It was really cheap, and about 85 to 90% of the items that I have in my kit I purchased from Family Dollar, the Dollar Tree, and the Dollar General store. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Before we begin, I use a lot of items from my home in this kit, and there are only about 4 or 5 items that I went outside of the dollar stores to buy to include in this kit. I bought this first aid kit from Walgreens for $1.99, and it actually came with a compressed cold pack in it, which I've also included in the pack, as well as a bunch of band-aids. I also bought this off-brand first aid kit for $1, and another one of the dollar stores. So that's where all of my bandages come from that I'm using inside of my kit. Also, the case for my first aid kit is just an old tackle box that I found, and it's really perfect because it's see-through. I can compartmentalize everything, and it makes finding items, the different items that I have in here, really easy. I think we're going to start on the back side. Also, all the items in this kit appear new, but they're really old. I just don't use this kit a lot. I actually use my IFAC, which is my individual first aid kit, which is part of a survival kit that I have, and it's really packed with everything. That's really what I use. This is really kept upstairs just for emergencies, just in case anyone needs it. Most of the time, like I said, my IFAC is in my car, or when I get out of my car, I take it and bring it in the house, and everything that I need is right there on top, so I generally just go ahead and go in there. I'm fairly new to YouTube, so I don't know. I printed out a list, an itemized list. If I can never figure out how to get it and put it up on the screen, I'll do so that you can see all the items that I purchased, what I had in the house, and what I actually had to pay for. In this first kit, the first item is actually a reusable cold pack that I bought from Walgreens. It was $2.99, and like I said, you can use it over and over. It's also a heat pack also. That's why it came with this little sleeve right here. I'm the type of person, I love to use hand sanitizer, especially when I go out to eat, doctor's visits, of course, and other places, just, when there are things, people are sick or coughing or things like that. So I always keep some on hand. However, I don't use this kind. I use Germ-X or Purell, just because it smells good. I got 2 of these bottles for $1 in the dollar store, but the smell isn't very pleasant to me. It doesn't have a really fruity scent like the other brands. Here I have some Purell sanitizing wipes. I got these from the dollar store. They work really well. I also have these moist towelettes I got from the dollar store. I have some hearing protection. You just never know when it might come in handy. I went to Family Dollar, and at the Family Dollar I bought this thermometer. It was $1.99, so it's really been very helpful. It's one of the few things I actually go in this kit for. It also comes with the protectors that go on the end to help keep the thermometer sanitary and keep from getting a bunch of different germs on it when using it. These swabs came out of the 2 first aid kits that I showed you. They can be used for anything from applying ointment to just doing what they were built for, and that's cleaning out ears, dirty ears. These alcohol pads I got from the dollar store. They work great. Use them all the time when cleaning up small wounds and things like that. These are Telfa pads. They work really good for small burns and small cuts. Awesome. And they're see-through, so, and they really seal the wound up really well. Here's all the band-aids and bandages that I have. You have everything from the butterfly closures to iPads, bandages for your hand, bandages that go in between your fingers, just a whole lot of different band-aids. This is triple antibiotic cream. Got this from the dollar store, as well as a bottle of hydrocortisone cream. This was also purchased at the dollar store. For those of you who have tattoos, the A&D ointment that you put on your wounds and cuts, it works great. You can also get that in the dollar store as well. Okay. These finger and thumb splints, I got both of these together were $1. I haven't really needed them. I haven't sprained any fingers or jammed any fingers or anything like that. But if I ever do, boom, I have them there on hand. I always keep a pack of cough drops or throat lozenges in my first aid kits, just because they're handy. You know where they are, and it's always good to have medicine on hand in your first aid kit. Here I have some insect bug bite relief. It's a bit oily for me, but my nieces and nephews, they seem to like it a whole bunch. Personally, I just prefer good old-fashioned toothpaste. It works really great on insect bites or bee stings and wasp stings and stuff like that. It works really good, and it stops it instantly, and it's really easy to clean up. Here I have some eye drops. In case anything gets in your eye, you need to try to flush your eye out. You can also use water, but these eye drops tend to work really well. I carry around chapstick in my pocket, but when it gets cold, I really like to use this Blistex. The only reason I use a chapstick is just because it's fruitier, tastes better, I guess. I also have a forceps splinter kit. This came with a scalpel, but I don't know what happened with it, what happened to it. All of these are aluminum. They're not the heavy steel like you would find in a regular set of tweezers or forceps, but they work just as good. Moving on. We'll go to the main compartment. I have all kinds of stuff in here. Actually, I don't even know why I have the sewing kit in here. I've been looking for this. This large gauze was $1. I got it from the dollar store. This calamine lotion also came from the dollar store. This is really good for children who always seem to find their way in the bushes, get a bad rash, or maybe even just come down with a chicken pox. Can't beat it for my own name that's hard to pronounce. If I didn't pronounce it correctly, sorry. I'm not in the medical field, so I'll just say Tylenol for now, okay? Also, you have ibuprofen. You can rotate ibuprofen and Tylenol, and it helps with all kinds of stuff, especially fighting fevers. And if you're old, like my parents, yeah, you know, it's good for help preventing heart attack and stroke and all those other good things. These two empty bottles that I have right here, I got. They were I got both of these bottles for 50 cents. They were clear, and the only thing that I have in them right now, this is just this bottle is just green rubbing alcohol, and this bottle is white rubbing alcohol. Same thing, just different colors. More bandages. Another item that I went and purchased was this emergency blanket. It's gonna come in handy just in case, say someone falls in the pool or something, or you know it's raining and you can't get warm, can't get that fire started right away. You know, it's gonna help prevent hypothermia. You can just wrap up in this thing and keep warm. It really holds body heat really well. I use one on a tarp that I have as a reserve blanket for emergency cases. Also, I have these iodine swab sticks. These are really great. I really go through these. I probably go through about a box a year. I have a lot of small children. They're always scraping their knees, and I really like using these just because I know it's going to help me get those the areas clean, and it's quick, and I can just send them right back on their way. I paid $10 for a box of 50 of these at a local drugstore. They really come in handy. All of this is a giant Q-tip with iodine on the end. Like I said, these are really come in handy. This small ace bandage and the smaller ace bandage, I got both of these from the dollar store, and they were 75 cents for the pair of them. This gauze came in one of those kits. I might use it, might not. Just haven't had the need for it right now. I also have some medical tape and some paper tape that I got from the dollar store, and they both work really good. $1, 2 pieces of tape, awesome. And right here I have 2 instant cold packs. One of these came in the first aid kit, the larger first aid kit that I had, and the other I just had laying around the house. These are just one use only, so I will always try to use that reusable pack before I use these, just because once you use them, they're done. In the bottom here, I have some generic NyQuil. It's really good for cold and flu if you ever need it. And I also have some anti-diarrheal medicine, just in case you're ever out somewhere and you got the runs and you know you're really trying to hold it until you can get back to civilization, or you know, whatever it may be. I have a friend who gave me these exam gloves. These are not sterile gloves, but something is always better than nothing, and it's always good to have some kind of hand protection when you are dealing with cuts, when blood is involved, you know. So I have these, and they're sitting in here. These are the kind with no powder. I found out that the gloves that have powder to keep your hands from sticking. Some people are allergic to that stuff. I didn't know that, but I guess it's quite common. So these are the non-powdered gloves. They work just the same. This is a 3M version of Moleskin. It came with this little deal of gel. Just apply it to the back of this, and it sticks on your skin, and it really stays. You can tape it down if you want, but you really only need just this gel in the pads right here. Works great. I also have a pair of tongue depressors. These were like 10 cents a piece. And in my IFAC, or my individual first aid kit that I keep in my car, I always keep a roll of Keralex gauze, and a Sam splint, which I have used many times. As you can see, it's pretty folded up, beat out of shape, bent out of shape, but this thing is awesome. If you don't have one, I would recommend you get one of these. This thing is like really lightweight. It's like a third of a pound or something like that, and it's really durable. You can get them on eBay if you want, I think. I'm not sure how much they cost. I probably wouldn't think they cost more than about $5 or so. I have this since I got out of the military, so I've just always kept it in this. Like I said, it's come in handy. First aid is something that is very important, and it's always nice to be prepared for just about every kind of situation that you can. The items that I have in this kit allows me to do that, at least be prepared for a majority of the situations that I can come in contact with, and it was really affordable. If I can get the list put on the screen, I'm really going to try. You'll see that the total for the items, that everything that came from the dollar store, was $23. I really wanted to get it under $20, but I wasn't able to. But the extra $3, you know, you can live with it. Please subscribe. If you have any comments, suggestions, feel free to go ahead and list them at the bottom of the page. And once again, I hope everyone has a great day.